How are we looking audio wise, guys? Hello, 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 hello. Anything? Anything? Sound? Anybody there? Having sound issues? Is there anybody there? Evening, Camo. Can you hear me? Please tell me someone can hear me. All right, Mike. Any guys? Just let me know. Can you hear me? That's what I need to know at the minute. Issues, issues, issues. Well, what a day I've had, eh? There you go. Oh well. I'll sort out the. I was trying to use that OBS on, and I got the image right. Got the images okay and everything, but then obviously messed up with the audio. But I'll get it right for next time. So I hope everybody comes in who was on the other side. But yeah, how are we all? Mike Tyson, Little Fisher, Mr. Taylor's in the house. We got Mike. Oh, mate. Question on the bank I was today. Hauled away from a fishing. I was hauled away from a fishing by a fishery officer. I'll tell you when a few more people come in. Aid, how you doing, mate? How you doing, Aid? I have watched your video, buddy, but I've not commented on anybody's videos. I saw quite a few. Seamus came in earlier, as Guardian Adventures came in earlier. I know he's working, the poor fella, and he's working so hard. I've spoke to him, but yeah, Mike, it was nothing really. I tell you what, I was chuffed. I had a good chat with the Rich is in the house. If anyone don't know, Rich is Aid's brother from Margison Fishing, Match Fishing. Brilliant, brilliant channel. I'm not getting into who's the better fisherman, but I'll tell you who smiles more. Aid smiles more, but it's a brilliant, brilliant channel. Absolutely brilliant channel. So, oh no. Ooh, Camo. It is freezing. I was cold today and I had the sun on me. I was in the shade for quite a while. Then the sun came round past an island, a big tree. As it came round, there was steam coming off the decking we were on. So no. Mark. All right, Mark. How you doing, mate? Sorry I couldn't come in onto your stream on Wednesday. Anybody who's into fishing, you go check out Mark's live on a Wednesday. That's a brilliant, brilliant one. But I work, you see, so unfortunately I couldn't get to that one. Richard saying he's the best, eh? Eh? Oh, trouble at Margison House. All right, Mr. Taylor, how you doing, guys? If you don't know, the Little Fisher. So let's keep it clean, guys. Young fella, Mr. Taylor, young fisherman, only 13, but he's really getting into his fishing now. So there you go. At the Margison household, is it like the Waltons when you get to bed? Ross, how you doing, Ross? Thanks for coming into the live stream, buddy. I think it's first time you've been in. If it is, then you're welcome, mate. We have a nice, bright chat about fishing and stuff like that. Yeah, fishing time. Mark, you out on the bank? It's too bloody cold to be doing an overnighter, I'm telling you. Used to be back in the day. I went to Zion Farm today, Mike. It was bloody awful. Gotta be honest with you. Absolutely awful. Don't know whether I picked the wrong end of the lake. Hardly anyone caught anything. A fella had a bit up. Fella had a few skimmers and a few roach up in the water. I had one roach today. but it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Kevin's in the house. How you doing, Kev? Thanks for coming into the live. As I say, Kev, and anyone who's not been in before, I think Kev's been in before. Anyone who's not been in before, we have a nice live stream. We have a nice chat about anything about fishing. Yeah, Kev again. But I saw some stuff last week, and I meant to mention it actually. And as per usual, got all the papers and everything like that. There's a few things I wanted to talk about. I've actually spoke to people from the anglers from the Angling Times this week. Woohoo, get me! Because they were on Twitter and they were saying about who's read the Angling Times this week, and I said, well, I do. I read it cover to cover, and then we pick like a few things out of it to have a chat about and everything. And they got back to me and said, well, what things have you picked out this week? And so I've told them. So hopefully someone from the Angling Times might be watching this. So if you want to big them up, guys, you might get something for free. But no, it was we went fishing. Me and Spartacus went fishing last week, and I didn't mention this, but there were cormorants on the water. And funny enough, there were 3 of them on a very small pond. And I'm thinking those 3 are just going to clear that out. They're going to clear that of. And I think, was it Mark Carp? Was it you that was saying that when they go in, they clear out a lake of certain size fish? I'm sure someone told me that last week, which was really interesting. Steve, Black Country Piker, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. As I say, I had a brush with the law today, Steve. Brush with the law, I did. But you'll see that on the 5 Minute Friday. But I'll talk about it a bit later. By the way, don't panic. We got the sound back. As I say, really liked setting up that OBS thing. It was really good. But they it's £2.5. See, and those when you're talking about perch, you're talking about roach, you're talking about dice, or you're talking about rudd or anything like that. Then £2.5 and a little bit less, they're going to be your breeding stock, so they could clear out a place. And there was 3 of them on this small lake, so no, it's not good. So there's a few things in the paper about what are we going to do about them. Yeah, Steve's back. Steve, have you got anything in the pipeline? You got anything coming out? Any videos coming out? So let's have a look. Mike's scared that he might have to start talking to his wife because Steve's not making any videos. Yeah, I see. And as I say, when I saw those 3 cormorants on the lake, and I thought to myself, if that's the case, 3 of them, even if they have even if they had 10 fish each in a day, that's 30 fish a day over a 3-day period, 4-day period. You're talking over 100 fish, and that's quite doable for a fisherman that's that good, and they are that good. Oh, here we are. Yeah, and they are that good. What make was that, Bish? What make was that on, Bish? What are you on about? What make? Oh, what lake? Was it Onington, mate? It was on the bottom lake at Onington. Yeah, I understand, Steve. Yeah, I know, I understand, mate. Yes, Steve, I'm there, man. I'm there. I went fishing today, and me being me, I stayed an extra hour and a half because I wasn't going to blank. I was blanking, and I'm not talking missing bites. I'm not talking about just sticking to one place. I'm not talking about sticking to one bait. I tried absolutely everything. Yes, Camo, I've been out, mate. I've been to Cole, been to a place called Zion Farm, which isn't a bad carping place, really, to be honest, either. There was a fella today pulled out a £24 mirror. He had an £18. What did he have? He had a mirror, big mirror, and he had an £18. Oh, was it two mirrors? I can't remember, to be honest. He was down the way from me, but he did really well. Dog biscuits. Oh, Seamus is doing a shady one. He's got the sound off while he's at work. Mate, we've really missed you, Seamus. But thanks for making the effort just to come in. Yeah, so let's have a look. Who else? So Seamus is going to try and get back in the live stream soon. That'd be brilliant. I fished. I was no, sorry. Today, Mike, I was at Zion Farm. It was the big pool, and I was down the bottom end by where the overflow is. And I thought if I go to where there's a bit of structure, whatever, I had worms, casters, maggots, worms, casters, that's where I had worms, casters, and maggots because I was looking for silvers. Mate, I had one roach, probably a fingerling, about that long, about that big. That was it. Spartacus didn't even get a bite. He didn't even get a bite. Those of you who don't know, Spartacus is my dad because he looks like an old Kirk Douglas. Oh, mate, come on. Come on, I know you can all read this, guys, but obviously to keep the stream going, because I could just sit here and read it like this, like you can. But it had a 16 and a 12. Were they far apart, or did you hit one and then get the other one, or was it a long day getting the two? It is, Mike. It's the first pull with the long bank that used to be a steep bank, but now they've flattened it. Newfoundland, England, Ingalls family is in the house. If you don't know, they've got the Newfoundlands dogs. Beautiful, beautiful dogs. Paul's in the house. Mr. Pard, how are you? You're on the bank. Oh, God, mate. You're so... I bet you're all cuddled up, ain't you? All cuddled up together. No, I bet it's freezing, bud. Oh, no. It was bad, as I say, bad enough for me today, and I was sat in the sunshine. Yeah, I saw that on the match, mate. It's soul destroying, isn't it? And it's not like you're not trying to do like different stuff. I tried loads of different stuff. I tried different depths. I tried different places. I towards the end of the day, I was getting the odd touch quite far out because I was fishing the waggler. I wasn't fishing with a pole because I didn't think it. They are brave, mate. I wasn't fishing the pole. I was fishing the waggler, and I don't want to fish the feeder because it's too still for me. I can't understand how you carp guys can do it and not be cold. Mind you, I suppose if you got a bivvy, you'd be all right. But when you sat on the bank, mind you, I did have a chair with about 4 coats wrapped around me. There's a picture of me. There's a picture of me that's on the 5-minute video, and if you have a look, I mean, I'm a big fella, but I ain't as big as that you see. I've got about 8 layers on. I've got 2 t-shirts, a long sleeve t-shirt, 2 jumpers, a coat, and a hoodie. It's crazy, isn't it? Come on. I mean, Steve will tell you as well. Yeah, I think so, Steve. We've got about 4 or 5 days, haven't we, where we haven't got much rain. So you guys who are out on the bank, please be careful as well because it was so slippy, especially in the dark. Yeah, so take care of yourselves while you're out there. Thank you very much, Mr. I can't say Newfoundlander. Newfoundlander. Newfoundland. Duh. I can't see. You big girl. You shut up, you. You don't sit on the bank. You walk about, Stevie boy. But yeah, Steve will tell you, come out sometimes. I've seen Steve's videos, Black Country Pikers videos, where Steve on a session will drive or go from about 4 different venues in a day. Because Steve, you sort of favor the canals, don't you? Really, when you got your what's going on with me, mate? With these short sessions, and as I say, come out. I've seen Steve do about 3, 4 different places in a go. Inline carpets, check him out. Inline carpet. He popped up on my recommended, so I will do. I'll have a look at that. Actually, I did. I've checked him out this week, I think. Uh, hello, Ingalls family. That's what I'm going to say instead of Newfoundlander, because I can't say it. I haven't, mate. I wish I had a tipple. As I say, with me brush, I'm on the lamb with me brush with the law today. It's left me funny. It's left me funny. It has. But it was nice to see. Actually, we had the fishery guys come round checking the licenses today, and I had chance to, me, I'm shy, so I didn't talk to him at all. Poor bloke couldn't get away from me. He couldn't get away. Um, but I had a really nice long chat with them, and they were. I tell you what impressed me the most, and they do get a bad name, but if you think about what they're there to. There's what they're there for is to protect the fish, if you like, and the waterways and stuff like that, and also obviously to make sure that the government or the fisheries are getting the money from the licenses. But he said to me, because I said to him, how often do you get out? And sort of because I've seen them probably the second time I've seen them in about 5 years or something like that. And I said, well, because you're here now, and this was Zion, and there's a cluster of about 5 fisheries which I use. And I said, what will you do? Will you go round them all? He said, well, it depends, because they get a lot of phone calls because they don't just deal with the licenses, which was a surprise to me. They don't just deal with the licenses; they deal with fish theft. They deal with if someone is dumping or polluting and stuff like that. I don't think, Steve. I think you're less likely to see them on a canal than you are anywhere, to be honest. Oh, I bet it is bloody cold as well, Paul. I don't envy you at all, mate. But now, if you have got the barbecue going, should I tell you what I use, Paul, which might be a thing for you carpers to take. I use this little chef's. Um, he's not a chef that's little. It's a burner like a hot burner that you can turn on. They use it for caramelizing sugar and stuff like that. But they're brilliant for starting a barbecue. And I just have that on, and it works on a barbecue. You can have a barbecue going in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Carper stew. All right, Stu. As long as you can hear from camos, then brilliant. It's just I just thanks guys for coming in. As I say, I'm really proud of the people that come in here. Nice people talking about fishing, favourite thing in the world. Yeah, Mike. On the 5 minute, what's it? If you're 13, you don't 13 to 16, you need a junior license, but it's still free. I think they should, Steve. I think as soon as we are the eyes and ears of the fishery police, if you like, and I think if if fishermen policed where they fish, obviously carper guys, matchmen, anyone you like, you can you can um, you can sort of if you spot anything that's wrong, then if you let them know, they can react because they need eyes and ears everywhere. Because imagine like some of the big carp lakes where you carping guys go, if they lost some of the like the I know a lot of the big carp get names and they get nicknames and all that kind of thing. And I was looking at the prices. I'm thinking about doing a video about stocking fish and stuff like that. There's a friend of mine. I'm gonna sort of talk to him about it and get down next time they stock and stuff like that and film it because that's really interesting, I think. And the price of the fish is phenomenal once you get past a certain size of fish. I think it's category C or something like that, or it's on their sixth summer of growing. So they put on a pound or a pound and a half a year or whatever they do. And then like the prices go up. So if you get like obviously small stockies, tiny stockies, then they're a lot cheaper than the other ones. Non-drooling versions. Black Country Park is after a dog. I'd love to buy it. Me and Spartacus, obviously the fishing wasn't very good today. So me and Spartacus do our usual. We have this usual conversation, and I'm sure when you guys, when you're doing a social or you get together and like it's quiet for a while, it always goes to what would you do if you won the lottery, and that's what me and Dad were doing. No carper got no carper got a spanner. See, and I carper's got a spanner. Paul, you're while you're in the social and you're drinking, you cannot be trusted. Stu told me you cannot be trusted. Mate, I'll sort it out. I just can't be bothered now. But you'll get one. Confessions of a Carper's got a spanner as well. He's just not here. How dare he? How dare he? I will get on it, mate. I will get on it. Oh, and I Carper's in there. How you doing, Daryl? Fishing in the garden, are you? I could have been the bloody fishing that I went and did today. I could have fished in the bloody garden. I could have fished in the kitchen. Could have fished from my bed. Bloody rubbish. I was. Anyway, going back to it, because it was really quiet, me and Spartus got onto the conversation of what would you do if you won the lottery? Well, I've got to be honest, guys. I would buy a fishery. I honestly would buy a fishery. I'd close it down for if I won the lottery. I'd close it down for 6 months, sort it all out, get it all nice. There's one in particular that I'd love to buy. The guys in the Midlands would know Paul Hall. Steve was fishing there with his girls, and that's a brilliant video, by the way. Black Country Piker did a video where he's fishing with his two young girls, his daughters, and they had a cracking time. It's a good fishery. I just think it could be a lot better, don't you, Steve? Happy Fishing UK's in the house. How you doing? Lots of you to come in, guys. Could you hit the thumbs up button when you come in? That'd be very nice of you. Thank you very much. I've been saying that for years. Age, you do it all the time, don't you? Like you sit there and you think, or you go to a fishery or you go somewhere and you look at it and you just think, all they've got to do is put a bit of effort in. Do you know what I mean? Just put a bit more effort in. There's a couple of places where you can't Mike, it's Steve, help me out. Just tell Mike where Paul Hall is. Is it the one at Alverley? I think it might be the one at Alverley. But it was the place to go years ago. It's a lovely place. It's got there's a big Edwardian house sat in a moated island as part of the fishery, and they've got a big horseshoe lake, and it is big, big horseshoe lake, and then they've got about 4 or 5 smaller lakes. One of them's got catfishing. Only, well, when I was fishing for them, they were about a pound, pound and a half. But some of them are much bigger now. I don't know how big they are now, but there's some nice big carp. But the place itself just needs attention. It just needs help. Needs tidying up and stuff like that. But Mike, it's worth fish. Pool or fisheries, Alverley. And as I say, Steve had a cracking day there with his girls. Um, I went there with Spartacus and my brother, and went me, Pete, and Dad went fishing. And it was all right. It was okay. But I remember it in its heyday when it's like we've all been to these kind of fisheries where the I think there the pegs are slabs, and the slabs have fell in. Like the carp go in and undercut them, don't they? And the slabs have fell in, and the toilets are all mashed and dirty. And it used to have a calf. The calf's gone, and a little shop, and that's gone. Um, and like, I mean, there's an old fella looking after it, and God bless him, he's trying his hardest, but I think it's up for sale. And I got to be honest, most of the money I should imagine is for the house. I think it's last time I saw it was up for about the close to 1 million. I think it was up for. I think you're right there as well. As a match angler, I think every fishery, if you need a good fishery, I think a good mixed fishery, you need um, Darren again. Thanks very much. Stop it. So no, it's Darren. I hope you're warm, chaps. Good God Almighty, you're mental, absolutely mental. But I'm thinking that a good fishery, and this would be like my ideal fishery, and that one I would actually work on. You need a good match lake that is stocked and possibly a little bit overstocked, um, but monitored so that the quality of the fish stays right, and you've got a good mix of fish in there. So if you've got days like today, you've got fish that you can bring out. So you've got you've got perch, you've got bream, you've got skimmers, you've got roach, but you've also got a good head of F1s, a good head of carp. But I don't think in a match like you should have carp over £5. I think once they reach a £5, £6 maybe, then they should be moved into an intermediate lake. Because I think you need 4 lakes. So you need a match lake, a decent match lake. I think you need a kids lake, which again is has got loads of fish that the kids can get in. The kids can get in and get in safely, so they've got proper decking to stand on and stuff like that. And for people with issues who can't get on the bank properly, so you need to get a car behind, or people in wheelchairs, or mobility issues, or anyone that wants to fish really. So that you need one of those kind of lakes. So you need a professional match lake, a kids match lake, to introduce people into fishing, and then you do need an intermediate specimen lake. I don't know what the carpers think about this. And then you need a proper specimen lake that's looked after properly, and it hasn't got loads of big fish in. It's just got the quality big fish in, and I think that's what you need really. Oh. Oh, it's definitely over the start. It's a place where you could catch on almost anything. Some batter fishing there. Yeah, we've all seen them. I think I think what it is with pool oil is it's not they've not moved any of the fish out. So some of them have got no lips or anything like that, which is not very good. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do, Steve. If I win the lottery tonight, Euro Millions, got me ticket. So you wouldn't see me next. Well, you would see me next Friday, but I'll be in my own massive studio. I'll come down to Costa. It does, Ross. I agree totally. And this is why, if you won the lottery, you could do it. Muncall have really got the match lake sorted. I think, as I say, if you're gonna have a match lake, I think you need a winter. I, I think you need a strategy for the winter to keep catching. So I don't know how that works. Whether you have particular fish, because obviously roach, you still catch in the winter, bream, that kind of thing. Where's Paradise? Not Devon. Spring is going to move all carp up isn't found much like specimen. See, I don't know what you think about that, Aid. Margison, Aid at Margison has just said Springley is going to move all carp over £6 from the match lakes to the pleasure and specimen lakes. See, I think that's not a bad idea because I think the people who are specimen hunters, so likes of Camo, N.I. Carper, and Mark the Carp and all those guys, they know how to handle the fish. They've got the proper nets, they've got the proper slings, they've got the proper mats, and all that kind of thing. When you have when and also when you're match fishing, you haven't got time for that kind of care. So this is why I always think that a £5 and above shouldn't really be in a match lake because of the way the competitiveness of the match. You can't be as caring or as gentle as you are when you're actually that is what you're after. You're after that fish, whereas you're after a quantity of fish as a matchman. And I'm not having a go at a matchman. I'm not having a go at the carpers, but that I think that's where it sort of separates out. I think where you're trying to catch as many fish as you can as quickly as you can as a matchman or in a match situation, and as a carper, you're trying to catch the quality fish, and you don't mind waiting because obviously you guys you sit all night and all that to get your fish and stuff. Oh God, Camo's bivvy's frozen. The phones are going down one by one. They're, they'll all be found in the morning. It'd be like Scott of the Arctic. Oh mate, no. See, Black Country Pike. Oh, Steve, that's a brilliant one. Black Country Pike, a predator pool, match pool, specimen pool, and a special pool. What would you have in your special pool, Steve? You'd have to be careful with your predator pool, though, wouldn't you? Because they'd all eat each other. Age, you're right there. That's another one. See, Paul saying, Paul, see, we're all in agreement about this. But I think that some fisheries like the fact that in a match like everyone starts talking like, oh, I got this busting carp. I got this one carp and it won me the match. So like you could be about £8-9 behind and you get this one carp and that's it, you've won it, you get a £10 carp. But putting that £10, yeah, is another issue. Yeah, guys, here's another one. This is another one to throw in with it. Those bigger carp going in a keep net Uh, I don't think so. I don't know what you guys think. And this is an interesting one for you as well, mate. What do you think of that? What do you think about putting those bigger fish in a net? For a short while, not so bad. Keeping them separate, not so bad. But if you've got, say, you've got a keep net, which is what are they? They're average about 3 meters long, aren't they? About 3 meters long, and you have, and they say most rules say that you've got to have 50 pound of, you can only have 50 pound of carp in one net. But if you've got five 10 pound carp in a 3 meter net, that can't be good, can it? That can't be good. No, that doesn't work. I don't. No, that doesn't work. Darren, how you doing, Darren? Darren Green's in the house, guys. Well, that's an interesting question. How about this then? I know Carper's just said, did anyone get any decent Black Friday fishing deals? I got a deal, but it wasn't fishing. I'll show you in a second. Hey, Steve, yeah. How about that then, guys? Steve's just said when we were talking about like a special like sturgeon, catfish, golden tench, eel, random different fish, not the norm. Yeah, I caught a golden tench once. Absolutely stunning fish. Stunning fish. Yeah, I see. I have an issue. Yeah, I know. Daryl. See, I'm with you on that. When because I don't fish matches, I don't tend to use keep nets and never have done. Um, the only time I use a keep net is if, or the only fish I put in a keep net is if it's something unusual. We had a beautiful, beautiful, yeah, and if the fishery let me, because I film a lot at the same venues, the guys know me. So they have said that I can use a keep net because obviously I'm promoting their fishery if I can show decent fish coming out. John at Bell's Mill. And if there was anyone I was going to hold up as almost the perfect owner of a fishery, it would be John. He cares for his specimen lake. Guys, you carpers, you get a chance, try Bell's Mill Specimen Lake or have a look at Bell's Mill on YouTube and you'll see Tango coming out. I think last time she came out, she's about 24 pound, bright orange carp, beautiful carp. Um, and there's also a brilliant one that this drone guy put up, and he's following the carp because it's a spring-fed fishery, especially on that one. Um, the water is so clear and the fish in there. Oh my God, watching them, it just blows your mind. Yeah, I just Daryl's exactly right about the you can't keep him in a what's it? It's that called the barbecue one. All right, Marvin. Paul, like I said, yeah, what you want to do is get one of these. I forgot what they call them. They're what you use. I'll remember in a minute what it's called. But yeah, it's. I think I picked mine up for about a fiver. When you fill it up with gas, you turn it on at the top, and you get a blue flame, a really strong blue flame out of it, and that really just gets it going. As I say, the cooks use it to caramelize sugar and stuff like that, but they're absolutely brilliant for a barbecue, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Some places have a half-time weigh-in and return. Again another great idea. Uber Eats. Ross, sorry mate, where was you on Thursday? I missed that. Where was Ross? No, I can't see where Ross was. Yeah, mate. I think we should try and get a few people together, and we could have what do you carpet guys call it? You call it a social, don't you? Bell's Mill. What do you think, Ross? What do you think of Bell's Mill? I just thought it was. I just think it's a cracking place. It's just well run. It's just so well run. Have you tried a lighter? Oh, Daryl, don't wind him up. Don't wind him up. You wind him up and set him off, he'll be round the lake. Yeah, so oh, another thing I've done this week. Uh, I think Mark's gone. But Mark's bought a drone. I've done my drone license and whatever today. Sorry, yesterday. Um, cost me £9 for 3 years, so £3 a year. I just thought it was worth doing to stop me getting into trouble. And I flew the drone as well today. But you do, Mike. Yeah, it's not that expensive actually. Ross will probably, I can't remember because Dad paid this week. Ross might be able to tell how much it was. I think it's about the winter prices. I think it's about £6. Yeah, I think it's about £6, mate. It's not a lot. Loving the social. Love it. Paul, anybody caught anything? Anything at all? Or is it all sort of, is it all just the grown men shivering in a bivvy? Mick should be on the coffee. He should be. Should be. Daryl, have you been out this week? Yeah, 5 after 12. 5 after 12 o'clock. Yeah, Mike, it's I think six quid for the day. Five if you only do an afternoon. But mate, it's a top place. Gold North. They've got uh, they've got Bream, Tench, Roach, fully scaled mirrors. The most beautiful little fully scaled mirrors you've ever seen. Um, they've got them all in there, mate. Couldn't possibly say, Mike. Couldn't possibly say. On the beers, in the bivvies. This is what a social is, Mr. Aid. Oh, I don't have to have, mate. I'm such a lightweight now with a beer. I don't have to have two, and I'd be asleep. They'd be drawing on my face and everything. Drawing on my face and everything. They would. I'd be out like. Do you know what? That's the thing. That's the thing with going out with a bunch of fellas and doing overnights and stuff like that. You just know there's going to be one. Paul, tell me who is the one that is the most untrustworthy pirate that's there? Like night fishing when I was about 15. Yeah, I've not done night fishing for an absolute age. They'll be out of the movies. They'll be dancing naked around the non-lit barbecue, rubbing their legs together to try and get a spark. Um, yeah, like my mates. If I went fishing with my mates, there was always one that had caused havoc. Always one. It was normally me, to be fair. But anyone had anything interesting happen this week? Look, which is covered. I love it, Aid. Oh yes, love it. Absolutely love it. I quite miss that. It's like I was saying about the. Richard's give it. Rich, you're gonna give us a bit of gossip here. Oh, sorry. You know, Miss Ryan, mornings make I reckon those days ago. Yeah, Rich, you get to unless you're at hardcore. All right then, Paul. I'll see you soon, buddy. I'll see you soon. Yeah, Rich. I think unless you're hardcore and you're really into your specimen fishing, to put up with that cut, I just like my bed too much. But you saying that, Rich, about the morning with the mist rolling in. When I actually turned up at the fishery this morning, there was beautiful mist across the top of the water. It looked absolutely stunning. There wasn't a ripple on the top of the water. The floats just sat perfectly. We just never went under the bastard. There you go. Oh, love it. Apparently, I'd say, I don't know, guys. Margison match fishing is Aid, and Richard Margison is Aid's brother. So the obviously he's giving us an insight of what Rich used to do. He spent most of the night trying to catch bats in his landing net. Love it, absolutely love it. Have you seen the Fens Paul's pens at Bish? No, no, I've not seen that. Not seen that, Steve. I'll have to have a look at that. I got a pen. I was going to write that down. Who's the better one? Darren, you'll have to watch the videos. Um, Aid is normally actually no. I was trying to work it out. Yeah, Richard's saying, mate. You know Richard because you don't smile. And you picture, there's a great little video where they're just having a bit of banter before the match. They're in the calf. They're having breakfast or something, and I think the guy comes over and says, "Whose is this breakfast?" And Richard goes, "It's mine." But it wasn't. It was Aids. He pinched Aids' breakfast, which I thought was very, very funny. Oh my god! Aids just let the bat out the bag, if you like. Apparently, Rich caught one and had it in his bedroom till his mum freaked out. That's just rude. Oh, you can't write that stuff when you're kids, can you? Things that you think are absolutely acceptable. Keeping a bat in your bedroom. Oh, no. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that. I'll have to have a look at that, Steve. Oh dear. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, oh, I absolutely love it. Oh, I've missed something up here. Still cold. Bloody hell. 7.62 ammo. That's old, that isn't it? That's Second World War stuff, isn't it? Hang on, Liam. Where were you? Was tough today, mate. I struggled my tits off. I did, and I stayed and stayed and stayed till I got the what's it. I haven't been in there long. Bloody hell. It's a worry, isn't it? A worry. Imagine dragging that out when you were fishing. I saw you two. You was with a mate, was you? I saw you guys move, and I thought, and then it sort of made me think, oh, shall I move? Shall I move? How did you get on it? How did you get on, Liam? What did you catch? Anything? Oh, two road short. Did you have them in the bottom pool or the mid or the big pool? Mike the Pike's in the house. How you doing, Mike? Mike the Pike, he's in the house. How you doing? Absolutely right. Come out, look after yourself, buddy. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you all of you guys who are coming in. I am going to do a shorter live stream tonight because I've got things I need to do, and I want to try and sort this bloody computer out. Oh, you hear that? That's the computer struggling. We'll just close a few things down, guys. Oi, oi. Let's have a light. Right, I'm back. Yeah, talking about computers, this one, I'm getting another one soon. Camo, thank you very much for coming in, buddy. Stay safe, stay warm. When's the last time you went out, Mike? When was the last bit of fishing you did? Tried all sorts of shallow deep, maybe it's dead. Maybe it's just not. Liam, I did exactly the same as you, mate. Exactly the same as you. And I remember back in the day going to Zion, and even me and Spartacus fishing it. And you know the first pool, the big pool by the car park, in that corner where the outflow is or the inflow is, that being completely frozen over, and I go into the edge of the ice and still catching. Yeah, Liam, I don't know. This is really odd because me and Dad had exactly the same conversation about we need to go to Elf Church again because I've still not put my Elf Church video up, which I will do actually because that was brilliant. Paul's back. Paul Pard's back. Still no barbecue. He's freezing to death. He is. Yeah. What's going on here, guys? Lost it. Camo, pack it in. Have I just tweeted a picture? I think it's because I've just closed it out, mate. Yeah, I've just closed it out. That's all. Sorry, mate. uh, yeah, Colin. God knows what Colin's done. No, I think there's no. There we go. There we go. We're all right. But yeah, guys. As I say, I'm going to cut it a bit shorter tonight. We'll do the hour, and then I'm out of here. As I say, it's I've had such a. Yeah, I think it's a mistake. Because it happened too quick. It happened too quick to be done on purpose. That did. So Yeah, call him Marge. Call him Aid. Aid is on the Marge somewhere. I've had an all right week, Mike. To be honest, had a few issues with the live stream at the beginning, which you missed. We had no sound, which people I think, were probably enjoying a little bit. To be fair, I got my collar felt by the fishing law today after my license. Mike, I don't think you were here then. Have you ever have they ever asked you ever been asked to produce your license? Because a lot of the guys here are saying they've never had like the what's it? Irresponsible spanner handling. I think it was because he was leaving, wasn't he? Or Clint Eastwood. Yeah. Mike, all it was the guys. Oh, brilliant! Mike said never in the early days we could run faster than them. I think when you're a youngster, it's the sort of thing you do. Mike, all that happened was the guys turned up for just to check. They came to Zion just to check the licenses that everybody had. I think every single person had one. It weren't an issue. Um, and I got talking to them. I was talking to them for ages, to be honest. Really nice guys. They were professional. They were polite. There was no sort of side to them at all. There was no sort of just give me your license type of thing. They were all prepared to have a chat with you. And as I say, I gave them a Fish with Bish card. They said they were going to give it to their boss, and he said he might give me a bell. And I'd love to go out for the day with those guys, just to see the type of thing that they do. But as I say, they were telling me they get calls from fishermen or from the public where they see people taking fish out of rivers, or see people taking fish out of a fishery. Obviously, they get called from fishery owners when they have people. Need an Uber to get away. Fair play, Mike. I know. That'd be me. Bish, you gotta run. You gotta run. No, I give up. Take me away, officer. If someone told me I gotta run, no, mate, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen at all. So, but yeah, I've got a few things sort of simmering away in the background. I've got about 3 or 4 videos I've got to do. I've got the Alf Church one, which I've not done. That was a brilliant day's fishing. That was, and I don't know why I never did it, why I never put it up. But I've not put a proper fishing video up for about 3 weeks. I'm sort of working on things like the new camera, the new software, the OBS software. I can't believe I didn't get the sound on that. I need to look at that and see why I didn't get the sound on that tomorrow. He did seem like a quite a responsible guy, Paul. Are you saying that I should give inline a spanner instead of you, Paul? Is this what we're saying, Paul? But no, as I say, I've got a few videos knocking about. I've been working on these how-to videos, like beginner's guide to pole fishing stuff, and they're I don't know, they're taking over my bloody life. They seem to take forever. Camo, get your finger off the button. I'm gonna have to take his spanner away from him and all. Yeah, so where are we now? We're on the hour now, guys. As I say, we've got people on the bank who need to cuddle up and get warm. And as I say, um, the 5 minute video is up now. It was supposed to go up at 5 o'clock today, but I'm not going to even say that anymore. Where it's 5 o'clock on a Friday, so it must be 5 minute Friday. I ain't even gonna attempt to do that anymore because I can never do it because I'm always doing something else. Yes, thanks very much, Steve. Thank you, everybody who came into the live stream tonight. It's been a good laugh again. We've had a good chat. We didn't get round to the things I wanted to talk about because I got what's it here? I'll have a look. Bish didn't see it. It's what it is, mate. It's just about some of the fishery license stuff. As I say, I've got to be honest, mate. I threw it together today. Because as I say, I'm trying to get it done for 5, but I'm picking people up and dropping people off and stuff like that. I'm a dad taxiing on a Friday, so what I'm gonna do, I think, is try and get it done on a Thursday. No. So Camo, thank you very much. Aid, thank you very much. Rich Margison, thank you very much for coming in, mate. Release the bats. It's a bat out of hell. And okay, Daryl, thanks very much. Paul, thank you, absolutely everybody, for coming in. Richard and Aid, when we get into the spring, mate, we'll have to try and organise, and I'll come over and do a Nick Cage. I'll come over and do we'll do an open. Yeah, what do you think about that? Oh, Mark's back. All right, Mark. The truth hurts. Brilliant, mate. Thank you. Sounds good. As I say, Aidan Rich, we'll have to do a collab. I'll do all the talking though, if you like. Thanks very much, Camo. Thanks, Mark. Oh, Mark's been in the background. I know what Mark's been doing. He's been taking it easy, supping, watching the telly, and watching a bit of this as well. So, thanks very much, everybody, for coming in. It's been nice. If you're looking for lives, mate, check out Mark's live on a Wednesday. 8 o'clock, I think Mark starts his, which is a more respectable time than bloody 9 o'clock on a Friday. Also, look out for any NI Carper lives, Daryl. He does them live from his garden, pretending he's fishing. So thanks very much for coming in. And I'll see you real soon, guys. The stream will be different again next week because the sound will be better and it'll be on OBS. So see you all real soon. Thanks very much for coming in.